everybody. It's comedian John Heffron. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? No. Thank you for logging on to Facebook and checking out everything that's going on in the World Wide Webs. And somehow, you found that the Heffron Reep podcast that happens here on Facebook. I being John Heffron, John Reep will be on shortly. We're just dudes. We're just a couple of just adolescent, old age dudes trying to build a fan base and get you to buy tickets to our show without selling out and doing dances on TikTok. I don't know. Maybe there's not a place for us anymore. I don't know. But let me try this. Hey, I don't want to write that. I've got this new app and it does a conversation. Hold on, you mother. Come on, hold on. Okay, right here. Okay, hold on. This will be good. Ready? In Espanol. No, I want this in English. And then I want to kick it to Espanol. Okay, here we go. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Heffron Reep podcast, your favorite podcast. Okay, let me do this.
Hola a todos. Gracias por escuchar a la novilla para leer el podcast de tu podcast favorito.
There we go. And with that, let's bring to the stage one of my besties, Mr. John Reep.
Hey, buenas noches, mi amigo. ¿Cómo se llama?
Hello, John Reep. What color is your pencil box?
John Reep.
What color is your pencil box?
¿Cuál es tu caja de lápices?
Ah, sí. La piel es así, rojo.
Yeah, okay. I use that the entire...
My pencils are mostly red.
Oh, I used that the entire time when I was in Spain. Yeah, it's a weird flex. I know it's a weird flex.
No.
You know, I'm a world traveler.
You have been absent for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There are people who are irate. They feel like they're getting ripped off because this is the Heffron Reep show.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said? It's the Heffron Reep show.
Yeah.
So people log on, they see me.
See you.
Talking to, well,
Brent,
I don't know if you saw,
yeah.
Brent, thank God.
Brent, that guy.
6 feet 7 inches tall, stepped up in your absence.
Yeah.
He didn't have to step up. He was already up. He's a
already
tall
there.
man. Then Reno tries to zoom in. His goes all to hell. And I end up talking to just myself and Alan Jackson. Anyway, people are getting ripped off. They feel like, where's Heffron? So you got to explain yourself to the fans.
I was in...
Shane Flint, Danny Jackson, Nate, Steven, Heidi. They're all wanted.
All those people are so mad. I apologize. So we went to Spain to see our granddaughter. And I found... Have you been to Spain?
No, I'm jealous.
Okay, so Madrid was maybe one of the most beautiful places ever. Okay, and now, but I also say this though, I get sketchy, like I feel unsafe, literally almost at any city I go to. Right, I'm kind of a wuss. I'm kind of paranoid. I'm just like this whole. I just feel like things could pop off here at any moment. Okay, now whether it happens or not in Madrid, I'm sure it does. I felt so safe. And here's where I ate for food. One night we had Domino's pizza. And then the second night we went to this hamburger place, sold like a steak and shake. It was all hamburgers. And then we had Papa John's pizza. Yeah. And then we get Uber Eats, and I just had pasta and spaghetti and meatballs sent to me. So then we were there with our granddaughter, who's a month old. So she's not overly chatty. I mean, you can kind of get into a little political talk with her and stuff like that. But we're just at an age range where, you know, our life experiences. She's still talking about being in her mom's womb during the third trimester. And I'm like, yeah, it's been a minute. I can't
I can't believe you
I
don't.
can't totally relate.
A Detroit guy does not feel safe in Spain, and you're a Krav Maga master, according to Shane Flint, which I also
Yeah,
know to be
well,
true.
but Spain was but it was so beautiful, but it was 110.
Oh no,
So
wait, you
we
said you felt safe there.
felt super safe,
So
super
what
safe.
was different about that? I mean, I know you got into the food, but I want to go back to the safety issue. What can you tell us about Spain that made you feel so comforting and relaxed and safe?
Maybe because there was nobody there in the sense of, I guess August is when everybody whips over to their houses that they have in the south of France. Like, so everybody takes like leaves Madrid. So you'd walk down the
Oh,
street and you kind of wouldn't see anybody. I mean,
okay.
you see a few people, but you weren't seeing a lot of action.
Yeah.
The food was all. We went to Toledo, Spain, and I ate at Popeye's Chicken to show you.
Thank you for sending the video in. We did show that
Yeah.
1 week while you were gone, but yeah,
But
I
then
mean
they do
that's
these things.
classic.
They do these things where it's called obviously you learn it in Spanish class, but siestas, and everything just shuts down from like 2 to 5. Man, you don't expect to get a work call. You don't. Restaurants are even closed. A lot of restaurants don't open up again until like 8 o'clock. So this weird pocket from like 2 to 5. If you're not napping, then you're just being the weirdo. So we would find a little cafe. We'd get some euros, or not euros, those gyros, those like, yeah, I was saying wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then have you ever had beer at like 9:30 in the morning? not because you had like a bender and you're still drinking to try to come down, but just like a cold beer just sitting in a cafe as kind of the sun's coming up.
Not unless it's right in the morning, like a morning flight, and you're going across the country, and you're like, oh, I'm on vacation, so
yeah, no, just to do. So we did that. It was probably one of the most restful, except for the jet lag. That was horrible. I've never experienced like that. It was probably the most relaxing week of my life in probably 15 or 20 years. I bet.
Wow.
Because I don't I don't go on vacations. Even though, you go perform, you're still obligated to do something from 8 to 9:45 because you got to do a show. We were on baby time. This new human is a month old, so she'd wake up, she would kind of cry, she'd get food, she would nap, and then back to bed. And I was on their
own siestas, huh?
I was on the same path as her. It was beautiful. Plus she's only like 1.5, so when she lays there, she does like all these awesome Bruce Lee moves, like just the whole time. So
she's doing Krav Maga like Grandpa, and she's just doing. She wakes up and cries and gets food just like Grandpa.
Yeah, yeah. She had a hard time pooping. So did I.
There we go.
Because I had a 12-hour flight. Like, so this I don't. Do you have you ever pooped on a plane?
I hate it, but yeah, I only in case of emergencies, and I absolutely there's no space in there. It's
how
tight.
fast do you try to do it though? Because that's the thing. If you know you got to go in there, I'm assuming that people have stopwatches, and the second you go in that bathroom, they go click. Mm-hmm. And if you're not in there, if you're in there more than like 2 minutes, they're like, you just took a dump. You sick bastard.
It's always an emergency when I have to in the air, so it's not like I'm sitting there straining, trying to get it out. Like it's coming out because I've been sitting on it.
You do that. Like anytime you go, and this is gross, but anytime you go to a hotel or not a hotel, an airport restroom, you always hear the noise as if some guy had 0.0 seconds or he would have shit himself in the thing. Like literally people sound like they had a 0.5 seconds. Yeah. And it was all dude, I've reached that age where I have fanny pack.
Can I ask more questions?
Yeah.
I'm still fascinated about Spain, right? Because you were gone, you were there for 7 days. Were there masks? Were people wearing masks?
Nobody. Nobody had anything. Nobody
So,
even knew COVID was a thing.
Toledo.
masks.
Were you in Madrid or Toledo or both?
Went to Toledo one of the days, which was like 45, however 40-minute drive or something.
Did you have to drive over there? Did you rent a car? Or did you take
Our
Ubers?
son-in-law had everything, so we kind of got spoiled. I'm looking at my phone because I want to show you the car that we drove around in. So this is the car that we used. Can you see that?
Yeah, vague. Oh, it looks kind of like a hybrid of a VW Bug and
Dude, it's from the 60s. It's the littlest.
What is it?
It had one. I forgot what it is. It's like smaller than a Fiat. It had one switch on it. You literally get in the car and you flick a switch.
It looks like something Roger Moore would have driven.
Yeah. And we walked around and it was so amazing, dude.
So, all right. Now, because I know you and I know you just, look
at this. Look at this. You can't really see. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's only a month old. Look at that pose.
Wow.
Who does that?
Turn it a little bit more. Turn it a little bit more towards the camera. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. You see her little face though?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Did you try anything Spanish to eat? One time?
No, dude. My wife got paella. Is that a thing?
I think you can cure that though.
Well, she did. Yeah, she just had the. But yeah, she. No, I had Papa John's, Domino's, Popeye's chicken, and then spaghetti and meatballs.
Wow. So what's the most? Okay, so so McDonald's. I expect that to be worldwide.
That's worldwide, yeah.
And then
those
Papa
Euros.
John's. Euros. No, a Euro's kind of. That's more Mediterranean, I think, than
I don't know, Spanish. But you went to this place that they gave you literally bowls of chocolate, and then you would just take them and then dip them in each thing. Dude, it's the way to go.
So did you guys? So let's explain to people who might not know about the siesta. And do more countries need to adopt this? Would we be a more peaceful world if more countries, like let's say Russia, decided we're going to do a siesta? Would they be a little less hostile? Or maybe other places should stop doing siestas and get more productive? What do you think, John?
I'm for the siesta because everybody signs off on it happening, right? Yeah. So you don't have like one guy who's, Gary V, who's gonna suddenly, I'm the hustler. Why other people are siesting and I'm flipping shoes and I'm selling NFTs and Bitcoins. No, everybody's just like, no, we're done.
Everyone's agreed.
We're closing.
No one's allowed to get.
You're not doing anything. You just lay there.
It's like a timeout that the whole country's agreed on.
For the whole country. Just everybody. From like 2 to 4, just relax.
Now, does that mean that places stay open longer at night? Because if you're napping from 3 to 5 and you wake up at 5 and you're like, oh, I'm ready to do something, but I got to go back to bed at 9 o'clock, because do things stay open longer?
I don't know because I'm old, but I know some of the restaurants were open. Like if you went to a nightclub, if you're a youngin', I believe those are open till like 4
a.m.
Yeah, like 4 a.m. But most of the restaurants, just whatever, not TGIFs, although that was there. And but if you went to like a normal one, it's like normal time probably closes at like 12 or something.
Well, Shane says Spain doesn't sleep, but Shane, they do from 3 to 5 p.m. I kind of like it. I wish we should adopt it for like 1 year. Like, you know how we're talking about getting rid of daylight savings time? Mm-hmm. How about we do that at the same year we adopt siesta?
Siesta.
Maybe a siesta month. Maybe we'll do it during like.
Like that. I like that because in that way you could have holidays around it, but then furniture stores would be like, hey, it's siesta month. Come on in. And then suddenly you're shopping. You're not supposed to do anything.
Mattress stores would take advantage.
Mattress. It's going to be a thing, but you're not supposed to do anything. I mean, the streets were kind of empty. I mean, it was like 110. It was super hot.
Yeah,
it was like crazy. Really? It was like 110 or something where we were. So even walking around, you were like, oh.
with their air conditionings.
They have air conditioning, but they don't. They're called air cons.
Okay,
is what they refer to.
I've seen this movie.
They go air cons.
No, that's Con Air. Air.
And then all the ones I saw were these like squares that were kind of hooked up to the wall, and then they blow straight down. So there's not like central air like we have. Yeah. And then they kind of, I think it's either expensive or maybe the houses are only 1 or 2 rooms would have that thing.
Right.
So you're not getting. So it reminded me of when I was a kid and I'd go stay at my grandparents' trailer where they had the fan in the one window, and then you had to open up another door, and then that way the air would circulate, and that way all their benches and hedges, menthol light, cigarette smoke would get pushed from one room like into the other. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. So it's like a window unit, but more it was in the wall.
Yeah.
It's not just in the window; it's a part of the wall.
Unless you're super rich, I don't think anybody balls out with like air conditioning everywhere. Like they didn't have the flats we were in. And I just like that name. Like, I just want to own a flat. Like, you should, right? Like, you should have a flat in Hickory, but then when you go off to Charlotte, you got a little flat in Charlotte.
My fiance has lots of flats that she wears.
It sounds cool. Yeah. But
you got heels and you got flats.
But they don't have not even the weirdest thing is there were washers in every place that we went, but no dryers.
Ooh, all right. So a lot of clothes hanging up. Do you see that?
A lot of clothes, like from window to window.
Really?
Yeah, like
that's old school. Yeah.
These places were nice, though. I was probably in $1 million flats. Like I wasn't in, and it was still. They still had like
pictures of that. I would have taken a picture of that.
It's kind of cool. I don't know. I ever wore stuff that's been line dried? Like ever like had jeans or something? That was outside, on a thing. It's like harder or stiffer.
Stiff, yeah.
Yeah. We've gotten spoiled. Like
we have totally gotten spoiled as Americans with air conditioning, dryers, and ice cubes. Now, did you have ice cubes?
Had ice cubes. Yeah, had ice cubes.
Were they stingy with the ice cubes?
I was a guest, so I was afraid to. That's another thing. We say the whole time at my family-in-laws. Do you stay when you go any place? Do you stay at other people's houses? It's a different vibe. Than a hotel. But we saved $1 billion. We literally did this trip on nothing because we were staying with family, and we stayed at some amazing places. You can't complain.
Money and staying somewhere. I don't like it.
I don't like it. So bad.
I want to be in a hotel.
So Natalie, I was not stepdaughter, but it's weird because they're all adult humans. So I don't even know what the ruling on that is. If you even, I don't even know how you make that call because they're not kids. So you can't really go step kids if they're adults.
Yeah, but you could say daughter, I guess, right? Daughter.
I don't.
I think you should say it because
adult children.
Yeah.
So we brought her like Cheez-Its and some other type of oatmeal squares, something you don't get in Spain. We bought her like this is a whole suitcase of for junk food. Yeah. Right. And there was a grocery store in Spain that is nothing but American type food, but like Lucky Charms was $22 for a box.
Wow.
Right. But you get that American thing if you happen to be there. So we bought all this stuff and we set it out, and she was all like, "Oh, Mom, thank you. I haven't had Cheez-Its and and she's nursing, and you can probably tell she just probably wants to eat as much as food as possible. Of course, I took a little sleeping pill. I'm tired. I took a little sleeping pill. Why would I? Just to help me sleep.
Jet lag, another person's house, different
mattress. So everybody's sleeping, and guess who the ass was who ate the entire box?
Yeah, dude, you got the ambient munchies
of food that we just traveled all the way around the country for.
Did you know that you were doing it?
Yeah, that's always debatable whether I know I'm doing it or not. You know what I mean?
Right. It's 50-50. I have totally pigged out on stuff and had no idea because of the ambient. Wake up with rappers everywhere. So there's your loophole
Yeah.
or your out is that the ambient,
Yeah.
And
but-
it's just true that happens. Oh, that's so
So.
funny. Well, dude, I'm just going to respond to some of the comments. We are
Okay.
live. We do see your comments. Samantha Dawn Kingston says, line-dried clothes are fresh. I would say for towels, maybe some soft, thin linens. But for denim, sure, it might be fresh. It's not. It's a stiff. It's a weird thing. We like the dryer. Fabric softener. There's no fabric softener in the wind. But we're spoiled.
So, and a couple other things real quick, dude. So tell me if I'm doing this wrong. Okay.
Right.
I have so much to
Yes.
tell you. We haven't talked in a while. I complained about Spotify and Pandora wrongly last night, and I deleted my post. I was going to ask you about that. You know what's going on with that?
Spotify and Pandora.
So if you want your comedy on Spotify or Pandora or Sirius XM, okay, mostly Pandora and Sirius did that. They are forcing comedians to give away their rights, their publishing rights to the material. So if you want your bit about your dad in his swimming pool, okay, you have to give away for them to play that. You have to give away the publishing rights to that, which means I could be Mr. Pandora and go, you know what would make a really funny cartoon is if a dad has to put a backpack on and jump into the pool with rocks in it. And you can't say anything about it.
Right. Because I have given away the rights
to do whatever they want with that property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my stuff is all off of everything still. And a lot of comics are signing pieces of paper to get their stuff back on because everyone's like freaking out that their stuff isn't being played. And I'm torn. I'm like, no one's looking for my stuff anyway. I kind of feel like, do you just hold out? But that's the rule. Kind of sucks. Man.
What are you going to do, John? Because you had some good income coming in from
losing thousands and thousands of dollars a month. I'm losing.
And out of nowhere, from under your feet, they pulled it. And I'm trying to think. So so for those of you watching this, trying to figure out what are you talking about? Singers, let's say you're listening to Sirius XM and you hear Taylor Swift song. And just know she's getting paid for her performing the music and also writing the music. 2 separate paychecks, which she deserves. She did both. But comedians don't get that. They only get the performance part of it. Unless you sign away your rights to some of these platforms. And when you do that, then you're basically saying, I didn't write it, so you can take this material and do what you want to with it. Just pay me as a performer, which they could do. Now, that doesn't always happen, but it could happen. And then some people raised a fuss about it. And then these platforms got mad and said, well, screw off.
Yeah.
We won't even put you on the platform anymore. How do you like that? No money.
Yeah. So there was a lawsuit that happened with about 300 or 400 other comics. And this one company went to the streaming services and says, hey, every other genre gets paid for publishing. If you're in a oboe band, and if you wrote the song, you get it. Any singer gets it. Any blues player, every genre gets paid for publishing except for spoken word, which would be comedians. We would like publishing. And then the fair amount is 0.0000 and then a number like 5. That would be the publishing, meaning you would have to get played 10,000 times to make $10 or to make $100, right? That's all they were asking, but they're going to, it should be paid, whatever. And then Pandora, who's also Sirius XM goes, we'll think about that. Can we see the list of what comics are kind of complaining about this? And then the lawyers from the other group went, okay, we'll show you the list, but just be cool about it. And those lawyers gave XM and Pandora the list of all the comics that wanted to be part of this lawsuit. And then XM and Pandora deleted every comic that was on that list. Yeah. They took them all off of rotation. Done. Completely wiped them out. So I've been pushing Pandora for years and years and years. How to work it stuff. I was almost up to 200 million listens. Not a lot, but I like Pandora, and that's what I did. So now I got kicked out of this thing. They deleted me, which means I'm kicked out of all the playlists I was on. I was kicked out of everything that got me a lot of listeners. So now Pandora, XM, Spotify is saying, and I posted a link of the agreement going, you give us the rights to everything. We'll play you, but you don't own the words that you said. We'll pay you for that night you recorded it, but those words that you said, you don't own those. So we can do whatever we want with them. And if you sign that, we might put you back on. No guarantee.
Not a guarantee.
No, there's no guarantee that we're going to put you back on, because you might have been a little dickish and talk shit about this. So there's no way we don't know 100% that we're going to put you back on. But first, give us all your rights, and then we will. And then all the articles that I'm reading fucking piss me off, because they're all superstars. So they're all, well, Joe Rogan got taken off. Louis Black got taken off. Ron White got checked. Not one person in any of those articles do you read about give a fuck about that check. They are so rich. They don't even know where that check goes. It probably goes to their third wife. Nobody knows what happens to that money. The other 350 people that were on that list that got that shit canned, the Reno Colliers, the Tammy Pescatellis, the Alonzo Bowdens, those people had their 401k stolen from them, basically. Just wiped out. Yeah. And just go, well, we'll figure it out. And then every new comic's going to go, yeah, I don't care. Just take away the rights. So a lot of people got hosed. And it's one of those things where, yeah, you can't win. They're too big. Like what? I'm going to go against, nobody gives a shit about me. I'm going to go against Pandora.
Well, you know what? What needs to happen is a hero I don't want to say Rogan. He's done a lot anyway, but someone like him that's in that group that's big to really take a stand. They need a guy, a martyr, someone who also doesn't care if they lose a little extra money from SiriusXM at all, because they're already doing so great. Like you just mentioned some of these names. I mean, I don't know if you said Louis Black might be one, or
some weird. It gets confusing. Like what I've read was, and I could be completely wrong. So this one company that was representing everybody were in good talks to, where everybody was like, okay, we agree that publishers should be paid. We don't know how much, and we don't know how far back we're going to go, because that's what they were trying to do. Go, okay, you owe us. Let's just go back 3 years of back pay, and then starting now, we'll go fresh. One of those, and I think it was Louis Black's attorney, just swoop in and put this huge lawsuit against them, like kind of fucking all the other 400 people that were part of this smaller lawsuit. Oh. And that's why Spotify and everybody, one of the reasons why everybody got deleted. You know what I mean?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yes.
One overzealous
attorney,
non-siesta having attorney.
Attorney goes, let's just do this. And ask for some crazy amount of money. Like literally some crazy, because like, you were wrong to us, give us all. So all the, what I call them, the working class comics, the jobbers, the people that do it for a living, not the guys that had a podcast and then that somehow got popular, and then now they sell tickets at comedy clubs. I have tiers of comedy, and if you're a podcast comic, I don't put you at the same level as road guys that started that way.
Yeah, there are guys who are just raking money in right now, and there are guys
people want to see them
surviving.
Yeah, they're carnival people. People want to see the people at the carnival tent, so they show up and see it. But it's my buddies Tim Wilkins or Jake Johansson's, or I could go all day with these awesome, hilarious comics that have been around forever, that aren't dirty, that aren't controversial, that don't yell at you because you got vaxxed or you didn't get vaxxed. Right? There's a whole group of just
wow.
I'd
like to find out. I mean, maybe we'll look into it more, because the comment section is like, that sucks, not fair. I wonder what other comedians, because I'm thinking of myself here. I think a long time ago when I got with SiriusXM, like I was a new guy, I'm like, just play it. I don't care about money at all. And then over time, it became, well, you have to pay them a little bit. So I do get checks still, but I don't think I've been blackballed, even though I know the company you're talking about.
I might have, though. So
I don't know how I didn't.
Yeah, maybe you didn't. So I'm shooting a new special, but I'm shooting a new special. It's not even what it is anymore. I've had this hour or whatever that's been in my head now for a year and a half. I'm at DC Improv on September 11th. And we're shooting two shows. Yeah, it's another thing they did to me. So I go, I got to do a special, and they go, well, you owe us one. You have to record with us. And this is when all the hubbub was
the same company. Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not fuck you guys. You're not playing me anywhere. So this is stupid. Okay. So then that's a whole nother thing, dude. So I go, I want to record this new hour I have. It's got a little sprinkle of COVID because I haven't been able to record anything yet. So now COVID's been so overdone by every comic. Let me just record this, and then I'll use it. What you do real well, John, is like put up little videos of bits of yours and use them as reels and stuff. I don't do any of that.
I'm just figuring it out still. Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot this hour that I'm very proud of. It's a lot of new grandpa stuff, new marriage stuff, new stuff about the house that I've been working on. But I don't even know where it's gonna go. Like I might just put it on my YouTube page, but I have 1,100 followers. Nobody fucking cares. Right. So now I have this album. Will see it. I now have this album, but I'm like, well, in the old days, I could go, well, at least it's going to be on Sirius or whatever. But now Sirius is like, hey, fuck that guy. And the fucking people who recorded it. So that's why when I was at Sheetz, I did a huge corporate event for the Sheetz company, the gas station convenience store. One of the greatest companies. If I had to get a real job, I would work at Sheetz. This place was amazing.
I've done it.
Trevor and his sister, everybody, if you're watching, and I was pitching me to do a comedy special for Sheetz at their gas pumps that was 30 seconds long.
That's good.
All week, I was like, dude, I can put together, I'll do a whole best of, we'll do like that thing we did with Brad Paisley. You come on, you do like 15 seconds of just good stuff. Figure out your best 15 seconds. Gotta remember, people are pumping. We haven't got a lot of time here with this. Got 30-second comedy special. And then when I left, I go, yeah, when I was saying that comedy special thing, I go, I'm not kidding. I go, I do a podcast with Heffron Reep, and they're like, yeah, he's done this before. I go, will you let us be the two guys that talk to everybody at the pump? And he's like, he goes, that would be kind of funny. And then I go, yes, it would be. Like, right, dude? I'm like, yes. But so anyway, so I'm shooting it September. If you happen to be in DC, I told them, I go, I want to shoot a special. I'm very proud of it. It's really good. And then I go, can I do it on a weekend? And everybody who I pay commissions to went, no, we can't get it for you on a weekend. How about a Sunday? Sunday's okay. How about on September 11th? Because that brings nothing but happiness and joy when people hear September 11th. And then I go, oh, okay. They go, how about we do it at 6:00 on a Sunday on September 11th? Is that when you want to shoot your awesome comedy special? So that's when I'm doing it at the Washington Improv, September 11th at 6:00.
Dude, and DC of all places too. Wow. Well, Shane Flint will be there. He's watching. He'll be there in DC September 11th. Let's plug some tour dates real quick, John Heffron. Where are you this coming weekend? I know you said DC September 11th. You know where you're going to be at this coming weekend? Or are you at home? Are you on the road?
Look, I have it written on the back of
a book. Plug your book.
September 8th, 9th, and 10th, I will be at the Atlanta Punchline where you just were. I talked to my buddy Jamie today, and you're just with him.
Dude, I did a gig that you did.
You did the outside one.
Yeah, what were your thoughts?
Well, it looked like it was raining pretty bad where you were. I thought the night was gonna suck, and when I went up there, it was actually fun.
Yeah.
But I did want to leave. I wanted to. At one moment, I was like, I just might leave and not perform. But then when I actually did it, it was fun.
Yeah, it didn't rain till after. The only thing I would change is the lighting. You couldn't see me. It was too dark. But yeah, what else?
So September 8th, 9th, or whatever, I will be at the Atlanta Punchline. It's always fun if you want to hear servers talking a little bit louder and back than I like, but it's a good place to get cake. See Marcy. Love it. So please, I need to get all my numbers up. And then the following weekend, I'm at the Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin.
Oh.
I've not been. Don't know anything.
Never? You've never been?
I've never been. Appleton, Wisconsin, the last weekend of September. If anybody knows a few million people, please show up.
How did you escape the Skyline all these years? It's great, dude. You'll love it. It's upstairs. It's packed. It's nice. I'm going to be in Hyenas, Fort Worth, Texas this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. Second show Friday, Gingers get in free.
What?
That is not even a joke. So on Country-ish, we did a small town news story about this place, this theater company in London or in England or Europe offered gingers get in free to their movies because they don't have air conditioning. And it was like 120 degrees for the first time ever over there. And they thought to escape the heat, gingers need love, and they give gingers free tickets. And I thought, I'm going to use that. So I've been talking to the owner of the Hyenas Comedy Club, and he's like, yeah, but how do we prove this? There's got to be something. I said, easy. Whatever hair color you've chosen on your driver's license, if it says red, then you get in free second show Friday night. And
what are you going to do if somebody shows up dyed and says, I identify as a ginger?
No. What's on your driver's license?
I like it.
That's it. That way you couldn't have done it last minute. It's like you've had to go through this for a while if you've chosen red. So that's this weekend. And then next weekend I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona at the CB Live.
Oh, I was just there.
Talk about it.
It's one of those places next week when you are at CB Live in Phoenix where you're bummed when the week ends because you just wish every club and every week treated you the way that they treat you.
Wow. Okay.
Right? Because I was saying, listen, I had great shows at the Funny Bone in St. Louis or St. Charles or the streets of wherever fuck, right? Everybody there was cool as shit, right? The guy picking us up, we talked about rock the whole time. He just loves you. But the green room was a table with two chairs, like the beginning of 48 Hours when they try to figure out if you're the killer or not. You know how they always have this thing, did you kill your wife? No. Like, so that's it. You go to CB Live, dude. It is, you literally, they start feeding you steak when you walk in. It's bigger than any apartment you've been in. You cannot be treated better in comedy clubs that treat you that way. To me, they get better shows. I've done shows where they won't give me chicken tenders before I go on stage, and they get the you won't give me chicken tenders show.
Right.
Like I leave when I see servers still passing out taps. I will just say goodbye if I wasn't given a chicken tender before I went on.
I believe that. What does the CB stand for?
Copper Blues.
Oh, that's right.
And it's kind of like the club.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah. Okay.
The club is louder than what you would think because it's very tinny because there's like a huge rock bar. So it physically feels
Yeah.
louder than the other clubs, but it's, dude, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna love it. So enjoy it.
I did a gig there with All Things Comedy a while back when Brody Stevens was still alive, and you're right, great room. Then I'm going to be in Oxnard, California, dude. That will be September 9, 10, and 11. Have you played Levity Live Oxnard?
100 times. I mean, I used to drive back and forth back in my past life when I lived there.
So I don't think I've done Oxnard, but I've done like every other club.
Yeah, it's like an improv, and
right.
yeah, and you're not
for all
dealing with
those
LA traffic, so you'll be actually living there, or staying there, which would make your life 100 times easier than driving from Woodland Hills to Oxnard, which was like a 3-hour drive one way.
Oh, that's right,
and then 2 hours back every day.
Well, for all those tour dates, you can go to heffronreep.com. Go to heffronreep.com, click on tour dates, become a Patreon supporter, help us keep the lights on here. John, you and I were get the book.
Did you? But I didn't send you this one though.
Nope, I don't have the second one, dude. I got the
second one. What are you talking about? So look at this. So look, John, look what me and Michelle have been cranking out, dude. We have 3. Yeah. We have 3 books.
I only have the first one.
So this one,
I gotta get some grandkids
available on Amazon right now. If you go, My Grandma Makes. So John, listen to this. This book made it to bestseller number 2. Pancakes was number 3, and grilled cheese was number 6. We didn't hit bestseller, but we were number 2. We had 3 books in the bestseller categories this weekend. And if I would have just plugged it better, I would have done it. But look, I'm going to show you this right here.
So I remember, like 2 weeks ago, you were complaining that how the first copy missed it by a little bit. Now you're saying
no,
that all of them.
Yeah, all of them. So here's the artwork in it, and we're getting such. I kind of want us to. Maybe we get me, you, Reno, Pescatelli. Could we do a live read of one of these books?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm down.
So
I love
3.
the artwork.
I sell these after shows, and I have a grandpa sticker that I sell. Dude, we haven't had more fun. We before this show started, we made. I'll show you a little picture. We got some bread out. We did she have wine? We got this, and you can't see. This was you can't see that picture. I'm sorry. How do you get that? So
you gotta start sending these to Alan before the show.
Yeah, sorry. Man. But I kind of but see, that was us rewriting as we have just some bread and some stuff. Yeah.
I love it. I love how their heads look like Stewie from Family Guy.
I know, but you know,
the little football-shaped heads.
You know what's so funny is because we've been doing these, I probably have 100 emails from people asking, how did I get this book finished from start to finish? Yeah. I almost want to put together a program and help people do it, because who doesn't want to write a book for their grandkid?
Oh yeah, right? I mean, everyone wants to do that. I think that's awesome, dude. So you got 3 of those.
We have 3 of these on Amazon, and we're now this week we're working on all the holiday stuff coming. I don't want to, talk a little early, but there might be a little house about a gingerbread house. Oh, what was a family house? What was a Christmas dessert? Your mom or anybody? It doesn't have to always be moms.
Christmas dessert.
Yeah, so we went macaroons. I'm gonna tell you the thing. Like coconut macaroons.
Okay,
is that something you're familiar with?
I know coconut cake.
Dude.
Okay, but I'm not a fan though.
Dude, no, hold on. Sorry, this is John's ADD kicking in. Remember way back when we were talking about macaroons? And everybody who listens to our show started showing pictures. And I was like, I feel weird, John, but I'm not signing off. And that's what a macaroon is. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, everybody. That's not what we were. See those? Those are coconut macaroons.
Okay. It's like half white, half black.
That's what I've been talking about my whole life. Not that other bullshit you guys have all been saying. Oh, wow. I'm right.
So listen, everyone. If John Heffron tells you it's macaroons, man. Don't be correcting him. I
One of
don't
my
like it
meals
when people
in
correct
Spain.
you and they don't even know what they're talking about. I don't have the confidence to correct someone unless I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm absolutely right. What was that last picture you showed me? I couldn't see it. I was talking.
It was in Spain. I forgot to show you. I had a hot dog with Heinz and mustard with the Coca-Cola.
Heinz ketchup and mustard, probably from Toledo, Ohio, in Toledo, Spain. Yeah, probably a ballpark Frank. That's
so.
awesome.
Do you have what foods, John? I'm gonna dedicate a book to you. What food did your mom? It doesn't. These are all my grandma makes, and we just did that just just for the fun of it. But what food?
Yeah,
If you were to think about your
my
grandma
or my mom or my grandma, right?
Yeah, it's interchangeable.
I got two.
Right down
So
on
my grandmother on my dad's side, my dad's mom,
okay.
made okra, fried okra.
Okra.
Yeah. Now here's the deal.
Now I got to find words that rhyme with okra. See, that's what our whole book is.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Okay, okra.
Broca, my bacca, making okra. No.
Alan, do you have
we'll have to start Googling that, but I will tell you that. Do you? Okay, John, I know this is a dumb question. Okra fan? Do you eat okra, John? Have you ever had okra?
If you were to give me $1,000 and I was in your car and you'd go, I have $1,000 if you could run in, get some okra and bring it back to me, and you have to do it under 5 minutes, I wouldn't even know what part of the grocery store to even start to look in.
So I'm not mad at you for this, because when I moved to LA, I was out there 18 years. I thought, like, I'm going to make some comfort food. Like, I was there for like a Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I'm going to make it seem like, and I tried to go find okra. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it in LA. There were certain stores that just don't have okra. Mm-hmm. But my dad's mom made this crispy, thin, fried okra, and it was just, I love it. So I've always loved fried okra because of Grandma Reep. Now, Grandma Pitts, my mom's mom, we would go to their house every other Sunday after church and be a big old family get together. And it was, just biscuits, sausage biscuits, but homemade sausage biscuits.
Sausage biscuit, dude.
Yeah.
Sausage biscuit. Yeah. We were going to stop. We have macaroni and cheese locked and loaded, but we did grilled cheese. So we're going to hold off. But we have coconut macaroons. We're trying to go holidays now.
Yeah.
Because I keep releasing these. So there's 3 books on Amazon. If you please go get them. I lowered the price. It's only $2.99. Leave comments. But I don't know if I'm putting these out too fast. Like, I want a whole series. I wanted 5 out by Christmas. Then you could buy 5. So I don't know if putting them out every week, if it waters down what I'm doing.
Apparently not. I think you're adding fuel to the fire, because it's bestseller already. It's like you've tapped that, right? So you might as well keep going. Shane Flint says pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. What are your thoughts on pumpkin pie, John Heffron?
I would never eat pumpkin pie in my life, but it almost feels like it'd be a thing. John, you can also, I'll send you these because you could rap. Alan, there's no way. I know with the stock music that comes with this service, I don't think you have a song that just has beats. But what we've been doing, John, is me and Michelle, let's say we have a little toddy. Okay, we're adults.
Little hot toddies, yeah.
Little pour little something. And we come up into the podcast room, and then I download beats. Eminem just beats, and then we rap each one of these books, and that's how we see if it flows.
You need to record this, and I need to see this.
I know, it's so much fun. It gets so it gets.
I've
so
seen like
intense.
You guys recording yourselves in your karaoke bar you got downstairs. From time to time, the little disco lights. I do enjoy that. Michael Freeman wants to know, hey John, have you ever tried boudin? Boudin, 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 Boudin. I don't know how you
I
pronounce
don't
it.
even know.
Don't know what it is. I'm gonna say no.
Say no.
Have had poutine, which is just French fries covered in a gravy. That's a Canadian dish.
Yeah.
I do love. Okay, gosh, John, it sucks. Like in Louisiana. All right, dang it. You know what's really good?
Mm.
And I've only know this from. I only knew this in cartoons before I actually went to Louisiana and had it.
Okay.
Succotash. Succotash.
Oh, suffering succotash.
Suffering succotash.
Suffering succotash.
I only knew it.
Oh, you want some smackerel of honey?
Oh. Do you know what it is?
I don't know what succotash is. It's like a goulashy mishmash of stuff, right?
Yeah. So I had the succotash that I had. It had squash. It had cucumber, corn, onions, and it's got this, salty sort of oil. It's warm. It's good. I remember eating it for the first time, going like, "Where has succotash been my whole life?" Now, Letha Page is wanting to correct me and tell me it's only corn and lima beans, but I'm telling you, I feel, Letha, that there's many different versions of it. And that is the succotash. Wow, that was fast, D. Allen Jackson. I feel like maybe you have an opinion about the succotash and the speed in which you pulled this up.
Yeah, I would not eat that. There's not one thing of that that I would eat.
I'm just a very fast typer.
Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, if you like vegetables at all, which John doesn't.
No. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah.
Alan, did you find many rap beats? Actually, you probably can't play anything because I noticed
dude,
on this podcast or what? Yeah, we were getting flagged for the last time we got flagged for something. It wasn't even music. I think we were literally humming something.
It's getting strict as H out there. There you go.
Is this one's is this rap? I don't think I can do it to this.
This is the only one we're allowed to play, John. We bought this one from SiriusXM. I wrote it and I signed away my rights to it.
the publisher gets no money from this because that's it. Anywho, dude.
Get it, John.
Okay.
Welcome.
Little Jane has one question that she wants to know. Something asked Grandma, who's sitting down to sew. Grandma, she says, will you help me please? Can you help me make a plate of chocolate chip cookies? I can whip them up fast and I'll take you by surprise. The cookies will appear right in front of your eyes. Big brother says, Jane, will you help me please? Can you make a plate of chocolate chip cookies? I can make them all day. I can make them all night. The cookies I make, you can eat in one bite.
Oh,
is a little.
Yeah, I would have slowed it down a tinge.
Okay, I'll do it one more. Okay, I'll try it one more.
I'm impressed with the rhyming of cookies.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it a little slower. Ready?
You made it more E sound.
This is okay.
Relax,
right.
Get into it.
Okay.
Feel it.
Little Jane is so adorable and kind. No, wait. Now it's doing something weird. It just switched.
This is the chorus. This is the refrain.
All right, here we go. This is the worst rap track ever. Okay. Little Jane is so adorable and kind, but right now she has one important question in her mind. She walks up to her grandma and gives her just a shake. Grandma, can you help me make blueberry pancakes? I can make them speedy and I can make them quick. I can make pancakes so fast, it's like a magic trick.
Oh! Look at here, dude. You nailed it there at the end. In the beginning, I wasn't sure. Brought it back, dude.
This is all weird. Like you're coming down from a night of ecstasy music where you're just like, whoa, man.
This sounds more like a massage place.
This is
it's
little
Oriental music playing.
Yeah, this is where they ask if you're a cop. Yeah.
All right, so listen, send us your succotash recipes. Okay.
By the way,
side note, comment section.
I believe I have 10 coupons or codes for these books for Kindle. if you have a Kindle, you don't have to have a kid. I don't care.
Kindle,
but if I send you the
was that one of Barbie and Ken's?
Yeah,
the loss
Kindle.
when they
Yeah,
found
yeah,
him?
that's a loss. If you have an Amazon Kindle and you would like, if you got
Kindle.
kids and want to get these books, I have a few codes I can give you. The only the thing is you have to leave me a review, so I can send you a free book if you're cool and just will give me like a review. If not, you can buy them all online.
Speaking of reviews, John, I'm so happy you even brought up that word, because since you've been gone, there have been some new Heffron Reep reviews, and I'd like to read one for you. Okay. This came out. This review was July 25th, but I don't think we've read it. And that's the deal we make. If you write us a nice review on Apple Podcasts and give us 5 stars, one of us will read your review. And hell, I got an air horn right here. I could smash that for you. All right, this one's called, it's 5 stars by Moratorium. Have you heard this, John? It's called Move Over Statler and Waldorf. There's a new dynamic duo in town. The equally cantankerous Heffron Reep will keep you rolling. With well-balanced snark, wit, and humor, their content is always both fresh and relevant. Give the show a try and perk up your Monday. You'll be glad you did. This is one of my favorite podcasts. I get so into the show while doing chores, I forget that I'm even doing them. Those pesky tasks are done before you know it. A spoonful of Heffron Reep will make the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Huh?
Dude.
Moratorium.
Pew, 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 pew.
Put it, John.
Put it's away. Maybe we should do that for the next podcast. If people clean to us, what if, we start the podcast, whether it's live or not, and we go, okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to start the podcast. You're going to go to a drunk drawer, and we're going to get that drunk drawer empty. You're going to throw away a lot of crap, and then we just start the podcast.
It's just got tons of airplane bottles in it. The drunk drawer or junk?
Junk. Oh, Did I say drunk? Did I say drunk drawer?
Maybe it's my ears. I thought you said the drunk drawer.
So we go through and we help people go through their stuff. I wonder if we can pull that off live. Or what about this? If, let's say, Jacob or Bob or Elliot, okay, if everybody started to go through their clothes closet while we were doing the podcast, and they would have to, like, Jacob would have to take a picture of a shirt and he'd post it. I think we can see pictures on these posts. I'm not sure. And then we all give him thumbs up, thumb down. He's got to either donate it, keep it, or throw it away.
We can rate their closet.
And we can help 10 people empty out their closet during the course of a podcast.
Yeah, I need that's. I don't know if we can see pictures in the comment section, but if we can, that's a great idea. We got tons of great ideas. That's our thing.
Stuff follow through sucks.
No follow through. All ideas.
We would have owned the bowling alley circuit if we would have stuck with it. Brunswick would have been our sponsor.
Well,
we would have
broke them.
We had that. We were the first people.
We had to. They got to get more microphone stands.
Yeah.
Jacob Stark says I got to switch my screen name. LMAO. Stephen Dean says no. John, I'm trying to think of what else you could eat that you would like from the South. I mean, do you like fried chicken?
Love fried chicken.
All right.
Sorry. So Michelle started a new job where she is working from like normal people hours, 9 in the morning to 5 at night.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been tasked, and I've never been tasked with this in my entire life. I've made it 53 years. Never once had been in charge of it. Because she's working, the days that I'm home, not off performing, I said I will be in charge of dinner.
Oh, no.
I don't know when to start making food.
There is no way that you can top what she does. Why would she do that to herself?
Because she figures the weekends when I'm performing, then she can do that stuff. So Monday through whatever, when I'm home, I'm figuring, well, she just worked. I'm kind of laying around the house. I mean, I'll podcast with you, maybe do some lawn work, maybe try to kill some squirrels. But then I just thought it would be a nice gesture that when she comes home, here's a meal. But I said that without knowing.
Well,
I've
stayed at your house. Your wife knows how to cook and is good at it and has tons of options. I mean, when I was there, and I know you are the opposite of all of that. Why would she do this to herself? I mean, I get it. She's working. She wants to come home to a nice meal from her spouse.
Yes.
What are you going to do? Are you going to learn how to cook, or are you going to make something that you don't want to eat? Because that's what she's going to want. She's not going to want chicken fingers.
I thought about like signing up for one of those companies and throwing away the instructions, like throwing it away, so nobody knows.
That's what you got to do. You got to do that Blue Apron or something like that.
Something like that. My brother-in-law's mom said that she makes awesome food, that she would make it for me. And she's like 2 miles from the house. I drive over there, I get the food, and then I just have to get ingredients and kind of make it a little messy.
But she's not going to care if you make it.
Or do I just learn how to cook? Like next time you're over, you have to come back over and visit. We've been doing more. The other day, Michelle had a little wine with the neighbor ladies. They were out in the barn throwing hay. They were riding motorcycles really late at night, and they were giving birth to cows were having babies, and they were there helping delivery. That's just a normal Wednesday or Tuesday night. So you got to come back because a lot has changed around here. We've got a lot of things dialed in. But food wise, all I know how to make is chili in the Instapot and chicken and rice in the Instapot. Like, what's your meal? I have known you forever. I don't know what your meal is. I don't know what the John Reep. You're forced to cook for 4 people. 4 people are coming over. You're in charge.
I could do a great breakfast. Okay, if you let me have breakfast, I'm pretty good at that. Now, I've just recently learned how to make pretty good fried chicken. Like I always would go buy fried chicken, but now, I've now that I'm at home and there's a real kitchen and my mom has ingredients and has stuff, and I got a little bit of time, especially during COVID, I like to experiment, and I would experiment on myself. I'm very good at making sausage and peppers and onions, and I like to buy gourmet sausages. John, do you like sausages?
Sausages, and let me tell you this, next door neighbor, we have all access to all the lamb we could ever wanted, and then the other neighbor, we have access to all the cattle we ever wanted.
Oh wow! Okay,
so we have access to like a lot of fresh meat, food that is across the street.
Yeah. Well, I would make. Well, I wouldn't. It would take too long to sausage those meats when I was just there for a week. But what I would do is buy gourmet sausages, cut them up in little medallions. Okay. And I put a little oil, a little olive oil in the pan. Just get them crispy on both sides, so it cooks it in the middle, but also caramelizes a little bit on the outside of it. Okay. Different pan because they cook at different speeds. You want
what gets confusing.
Sausage, peppers, onions, lots of different seasoning, salt and pepper. That's all you need, baby. A little bit of rice if you care, but no, that's all you need. That's my meal. But John, football season is almost here.
Okay. Womp, 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 womp. Is that a football?
Are you ready? Monday Night Party. That's Monday Night Football, and I think we need to do something different because I'm going to want to watch Monday Night Football. What if we move the show
What if we move
different
this show?
day.
Let me ask you something about this show. As much as I'm against a lot of the social media platforms, I'm just because you know what they do. I'm an old comic, and they're just throwing me out to pasture, John Reep. They don't want to hear what I got to say. There's some young kid who's like, my stepdad treated me bad, and here's my sad sack story for 45 minutes because I've been hurt in my life. And like, you're so brave. You're so brave. You're so brave.
Yeah.
Can we watch this show on Spotify on video, or is it just audio?
Watch on Spotify?
Mm-hmm. I
do
watched a
not
lot of
know.
podcasts on video on Spotify before I hated them.
Let's see if we're just throwing a boomerang out of nowhere to the Alan Jackson. Let's see if it comes back with any kind of. I don't know. I know that we are on YouTube and we're on Facebook. You can watch this show. Okay. I don't know if you can watch it on Spotify. You can hear us on Spotify. The Alan Jackson.
Yeah. So the audio is on Spotify. Now you're asking about the video.
Yeah.
John Heffron?
Yeah. I could have looked it up, but
no.
I see everybody else has video on there on Spotify. And I just think me and John are too good looking fellas to just be like pushed back into just audio land.
Are you allowed to be on Spotify, John Heffron?
Did I get am I in trouble? Scarlet Lettery?
Pulled? Am I allowed to be on there with you? Will I get in trouble?
That's a good question, dude. I don't want to take you down with the ship. I know some of my material because I saw that they're like, we listen to you on thing. I did an album, a Comedy Central. I did a special that I don't own. It's me. It's my material. I don't have the rights to it. If you hear me on any of that stuff, it's that special. But now my complicated. Remember, we'll go circle back around. I don't know if because of that guy is playing John Heffron special, if that technically meant I gave up my rights for publishing, even though I didn't do it. Does that make sense? See how complicated this shit gets?
Right.
I didn't say to put my stuff back up, but they own that middle class funny. They can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's confusing.
It is.
So Monday. So let's maybe do not live. Or do forums. We can have special live shows.
Let's just move the date from Monday to Thursday.
Okay.
We're on Mondays, but Monday Night Football is a thing. Thursday Night Football I don't care about too much. Country-ish is live Tuesdays, and then that one will come out Wednesday. I think if we just come out. Well, wait, the Alan Jackson. Do we like Wednesday or Thursday better for?
I think Thursday might be better.
Okay.
So this
only because
Thursday.
Yeah, you've already got your show Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's already one on Tuesday. We release Wednesdays on that, so Thursday might be good, but
So everyone watching this, thank you. Let's just know. Well, maybe next week. Yeah. So we're not going to be live next Monday on the 29th because. Well, you want to talk about your rotisserie, dude?
We can be, and I can just let you know how things are going. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm going. I'm
maybe
going
just
to
record some stuff for that because I don't want to hold you. I don't want to hold you or our audience hostage, waiting to see if we're going to pop up live on a Monday when you might be on the toilet.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Right, because that's what's happening. You want to tell everybody
what's happening? Yeah, I'm going. I'm getting. A comedy special is being filmed down my throat and then up my butt. That's good. Yeah. That's my new.
It's called. It's not a tumor.
Yeah, it's called.
He's going in the. It's my buddy Brent Blakeney, right? Made this joke because he did this. He got a endoscopy.
Yeah, I'm getting that
this way. It gets a colonoscopy.
Yeah,
goes in the butt. That's two cameras coming together like this. That makes a rotisserie. Brent Blakeney, shout out.
Super funny.
That's his joke.
But
so you're going to be doing that next week. I say let's get you past that, and we'll come out Thursday, September 1st.
Okay.
From now on, we're going to be on Thursdays. All right.
Okay.
Amy McCracken. Speaking of colonoscopies, Amy McCracken said Thursdays are good.
Those are good.
Yeah.
We got
Now,
a
can you
lot of plan.
record some things for us?
I'll do as much as I can for like that day
to
while I'm doing
prepping
it.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had 2 of these scheduled and had to call it off.
I'm scared, dude. Like everyone's like, it's gonna be the best sleep you ever got. Don't be afraid. I've never had any.
Oh, not the prep, but the cert. Yeah.
Yeah, because they knock you out. Like with,
but not the prep. You will not be sleeping. You'll be on the toilet, right?
Yeah, that's what everyone's told me. That it's literally because you can't eat anything, and then all you do is on. I think I might get headshots taken that night because that's gonna be the first time my face looks a little. It'll look thin. It'll probably be good. I'll probably take a lot of selfies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Buy lots of toilet paper.
It's not,
yeah.
No.
Well, John, we've been over an hour. I want to know more about. Oh yeah, we got the books. HeffronReep.com. There's 3 books. 3 children's books about grandma cooking stuff, right?
It's on Amazon. I really appreciate it. If literally 10 of you could go buy it right now, it'll bump me up. Like that's
what about the cutting boards? Are we still doing cutting boards?
I love the cutting boards. Can I talk about the cutting boards for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the cutting boards, we were selling them. They were selling like cutting boards.
Like hotcakes?
Hotcakes. And then all cutting boards stopped. It just like it just like stopped. So then I'm like, I'm pushing too much stuff. I don't have dates every week to perform. I do a lot of corporate events, so you don't really plug those. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it kind of seems like I'm not ever doing comedy, but I'm actually doing a lot, just not at the Uncle Chuckle Hut. You know what I mean? But it's also the holiday season's coming up. So I think now is the time. But these are the things, people, that I'm so proud of. You literally, and we're starting a thing. Once school starts, sending these to classrooms, and 8-year-olds getting videos. 8-year-olds are reading it to their little kids. The artwork's good. It's in my life. I do a few things where I have good follow through, and this was one of them. And I'm gonna make one for John Reep somehow with what's the word?
Ginger bread houses.
That's gonna be the next one. But yours, okras.
Okra.
Is that a big Southern thing?
Okra.
Is that like
it's a Southern thing? I don't know if it's a big Southern thing, but you can get it in the South at a lot of places. You go to Golden Corral, they're gonna have some okra that you can choose.
Okra, because I don't know anything about it. That's something a mom or grandma or whoever would make a little kid.
They would make it. A little kid.
I mean, a book. I
like it. Oh, you're talking about little kid stuff. No. I don't think fried okra.
I mean, I could do a book called "Grandpa Gives Me a Swig of His Booze." That would probably whole little side.
Do a side where Grandpa makes you eat bad stuff or stuff you wouldn't like, or it'd be horrible. Grandpa made me drink a beer.
Yeah,
I hear you. Okra is originally from Africa, according to Justin Hensey. Yeah, I know that we weren't even saying where it's from.
John, you come up with.
By the way, Africa is also the South.
You come up with, John, a childhood food that your mom or grandma or just somebody in your life. I know pronouns are weird. This could be grandpa. My grandpa made me tuna patties. Like he'd get tuna fish and make like
my parents' parent.
Yeah. So you let me know and we'll make one of these books a thing.
I love it.
And also I saw you posting this. I'm seeing this.
Oh, do you have enough coasters, John? Are you taking these to your gigs?
I'm taking these to the gigs, and then that's.
Can we just talk about how great of a human being I am for a second?
Yeah.
And that I made coasters for my friends, Reno Collier and John Heffron. I made them for them. One side, See Amigos cruise, because we're all doing that together. Other side, just about them individually. So selfishly, even if they didn't want to promote the cruise, they were tempted to go, well, crap, that is a pretty good idea. Now I have to take it. and I have to talk about it. Is it working, John? Are you doing it?
I brought them to the very first place I was in St. Louis. And after 2 days of them trying to track down the package that you sent, we finally found them. It was hard for them. It was in a packaging box that said for John Heffron from Heffron Reep. So I get the mystery that they find. And then we put these up. And then at the end, some nice gentleman goes, I got all these for you. And then I didn't know if you just throw them away because some of them were kind of like beer spilt on them. But I'm such a cheapskate that I actually took them.
Well,
so
I think that I did. No, keep them because that's limited edition. You know, that's the cruise edition.
Because those beat out this.
Give those to people who want them.
So that beat out this. I originally was going to have this on thebestcuttingboards.com.
Oh.
And then that seemed confusing. And then I see a picture
I didn't even know about that, dude.
I don't even use these, dude.
Is that a coaster?
No, not as nice as yours.
CD cover.
I do have one note about this, though.
Please.
You should have a QR code on this side. Or give me all the links so when people do my QR code, it says the cruise, and there's a big-ass button that's on the cruise. So people can get to the
Let's ask the audience, how often do you guys do QR codes? I feel like during COVID, we got used to it, and then we got mad at having to do it.
I was at a restaurant.
I don't like having to do it anymore. I want to give me the damn menu.
I was here at a restaurant here in my hometown, and they gave me a QR code at the end of the night, big one, to pay.
Yep.
And all I did is I went like that, and then it got it, and I hit Apple Pay, one thumb, it was done. I was done with everybody there. I paid. I didn't have to use my credit card, didn't wait for it to come back. I was done.
I like QR codes. I'm okay with it. I'm wondering how many of the people who happen to like me and you also like them. Sometimes it's not the same. But you're right. That's why there's one QR code on that side that takes you to your stuff. Other one, it's just, you could type in John.
I'll put in links to the cruise. So when people do go to the other stuff.
By the way, no mandates anymore on the cruise. So if you don't have to wear a mask on the ship the whole time, and you don't have to be vaccinated or show proof of vaccination.
So it's a year away. It's a year away. So and after being in Spain, who I don't really do well at just taking regular vacations, I'm now growing more excited about this. Mm-hmm. Just because it'll be a siesta.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be in Mexico. We're going to Coco Cay. It's a private island that Royal Caribbean made. We're going to Roatan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Mexico. And we're doing karaoke one night, comedy one night, me, you, and Reno. Brent Blakeney's going to come. Mm-hmm. And it's just all the meeting and greeting you can shake a stick at. And we'll do some podcasting while we're there. I'm pretty sure the Alan Jackson's coming, so he can, bring some equipment. We'll do a show there, and we'll have a good time. And we'll get in the hot tub together and spread more COVID around. All right. Well, anything else, John? I feel like we're running out of gas.
It was nice to catch up to you.
Yeah, likewise. And I'm glad you mentioned my name for the Sheets guys. I was I did a gig with Reno in Bristol, Tennessee /Virginia, which was fun. Did you know Bristol, Tennessee /Virginia? It's on the border. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like the original Nashville. That's where like the old school country. Did you see this country documentary by Ken Burns?
Oh, I think so. About like the one guy who went around and basically stole everybody's hymns and then turned it into
that's
country
Elvis
song.
Presley. You're talking about Elvis.
No, but I think I saw the country, like the history of country.
Oh, it's a whole history of it. But anyway, there's a lot of the old school guys before. There's a tear in my beer, and that was Bristol before Nashville. So anyway, it was cool. Nice.
That's a favorite type of country, though. I'm
school.
obsessed with old school country.
That's the
like
best.
Country from like the 40s or 50s.
Yeah,
When
I love
shit's
the way it
sad.
sounds.
It's not
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney on fucking jet skis.
Right. Yeah, that's Gulf country music.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
happy to do that. That was fun. Then I did that gig with Jamie at Atlanta. But look us up, everybody. Look us up. Go to Heffron Reep. Thank you, Justin Hensley, Hank Williams. Look us up, heffronandreep.com. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share. And I guess we're done here, John. You want me to wrap it up?
You can wrap it up. You're doing
Join
perfect.
us next Thursday, right here, September the 1st. The very 1st of September will be the first Thursday edition of the Heffron and Reep Show. And for John Heffron, for the Alan Jackson, my name is John Reep. Take us out, Rick Sanford III.
You've been listening to the smooth sounds of Heffron and Reep. The show is over, but come back next week, same Reep time, same Heffron channel, for more comedy conversations, music, 80s church, and the life and times of the quarantine comedian. Always expect the unexpected, and who knows where the conversations will go. And as always, remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Peace.